Welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the readings. I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes. The readings have a therapy style to them. I love these type of readings because they're empowering. We see how we contribute to the imbalances within the experiences. We learn how we can actually shape shift our situation. There's many different realities that play it at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs. And so when we're stuck in a lower vibration, a lot of times we don't even know it. See, we live in environments, we're around people and experiences that a lot of times force us to live from a lower state consciousness, which is just out of alignment with your true self. Your true self is your higher self, which is God part of self, which is made up of unconditional love. So when we have shadows, it's any part of ourself that we have detached from, and we've detached from because we've gone through experiences that have made us perceive that we're something that is like defective, not good enough. Again, it keeps us in a place of lower consciousness, any emotion that is derived from fear. So again, there's only two energies, love and fear. You are love. When you were born and incarnated into the world, you were born love. Every baby is born love. That's why they don't know prejudice. They don't judge. Everything's perfect because they don't know anything. But what happens is we live in a world that's very imbalanced. And so, again, if you've lived in an environment where there's been alcoholism, where there's been financial problems, where there's been anything, actually family karma, and everybody's born into family karma, well, then you inherit those traumas. So everybody has trauma, and that trauma will play out within your relationships until you learn. And so again, keeping you stuck and bound a lot of times to a karmic theme. That's what a karmic contract actually is. A karmic contract is you're bound to someone of a lower state consciousness that keeps you bound to pain that you didn't learn. So if you grew up in an alcoholic family and you were shamed and you were victimized and you were taught to be a martyr, well, guess what? In your relationships, either you're going to become the alcoholic and you're going to still be the martyr, you're still going to be and still coming from the same level of consciousness because unconsciously you recreate the same experiences until you break the karmic cycle. So these readings are healing because obviously you understand why you're attracting who you're attracting. What's the whole point? What's a spiritual lesson, and what you can do to shape shift the situation, break karmic cycles that keep you in a place of disempowerment, keep you stuck in a place of fear. Shadow readings are all about giving you not just the power back, but how to heal, how to really heal those strong spiritual wounds, those core wounds. And that's hugely important because if we don't, we get sick. We get physically sick, we get mentally sick, because it makes us live from a lower state consciousness that doesn't give us the experiences that we want to experience. That's a big deal, obviously. Again, we're down here to learn and to manifest. Now, I don't know why I just channeled that tidbit of information. We're going to see why. Maybe it's relevant, maybe it's not. Sometimes I just like to give information, but it always kind of ties in. Anyway, let's see what the underlining energy of the video actually is. And this is the word you're going to write in your comment bar. Then if I choose you, and you'll know if I chose you because I wrote winner underneath your comment, you'll reach out to me through my email. We'll figure out day and time. and understand all readings are done live. I believe in spiritual law, what's best for everyone. Okay, so the energy is pride. Pride. Well, clearly you're dealing with someone that's very prideful, but I'm feeling like now more than ever, and I feel like they feel like they've been rejected. It's almost like this person just can't believe. They just can't believe that you turned your back on them. They can't believe that you're going to like hold their feet to the fire. There's a sense that this person didn't treat you right. You walked away. They never apologized. Now I feel like for whatever reason, they're going through a rough time. I do feel like they tried to reach out, but with minimal effort. And you like kind of blew them off. Like you were cordial, but you were like pretty much, I don't really care. Like whether or not you're in my life, you're not in my life. And I feel like it's because they took a long time to come back because they didn't want to cave. So they were again very prideful, but their pride now has got them in deeper where you're like, I now if you didn't do anything before and I expected you to come back and actually give energy now I expect you to give me everything. Like whatever you give me, it's not going to be enough. There's this energy of that you hold because again, this person is so prideful. They hold back an apology because, well, they don't want to look weak. And then they hold back for so long to the point that, now it's even worse. They're even more prideful, like, well, I can't come back now because I look like a complete asshole. And so again, there's a sense of they don't know what to do. And they don't know what to do because they're prideful. So let's see actually what happened. We'll get a different deck. Okay. Sadness. So again, this person's like sad, and they're sad because, like I said, feel like they know that they screwed this relationship, that they didn't give anything to it. Influence. Feel like for some of them, they have a lot of karmic people around them. I also feel like your person is not somebody that's very confident in themselves. Bad relationships, like I said, if we don't heal the core wound that a lot of times happens in childhood, then we just keep bringing that baggage into new relationships. And that's kind of what's happened to the point that your person just doesn't trust themselves in relationships. And then when they form relationships, those people never are true. Like everybody turns into the bad person, meaning this person always gets betrayed. I feel like there's a reoccurring thing. Now, doesn't mean that they're not deserving of it. But what I'm saying is it's like it's the same thing, it's the same karmic loop and the karmic theme rather that keeps them stuck in a loop. And it's mainly because they were influenced by the people that are around them. It's like that they don't have their they don't have their best interest. And your person, it doesn't like is very insecure. And I feel like they're like, I don't know what to do. So like my person isn't talking to me. And I think that they told this person in confidence, like about their argument that they had with you and how they should handle it. Do you think I should come back and handle it? And I feel like the person that they asked was a karmic. And the karmic was like, it was like a friend of me, not really a friend, like, but like acted like a friend and told them, no, you should make that person come to you. They should work for you, and that what they're doing is unreasonable. And I feel like they were actually like egged this person on to believe that you were the bad person, that you were being unreasonable, that you didn't have a right to, when meanwhile they knew damn well that that again, no, that your person was an asshole and they really should have came back and apologized. Now, if they had their best interest at hand, they're coming, your person went to them in confidence, say, like, I have feelings for someone that we not haven't been talking. We've been on the outs. I don't know how to handle this situation. Should I come to this person? Should I say something? Should I call them? Should I send them an email? No, don't. Make them chase you. Make them give you. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with them. There's some, like, again, they're being unreasonable, and egg your person on to the fact that then your person started to badmouth you and almost act like, yeah, yeah, well, they can wait. Well, they can wait. Well, now they'll wait for me to the end of time. So this person actually was very comfortable in the fact that they knew that you were waiting. It's like, but again, they were egged on by somebody. They were influenced. They were given bad advice. And they were given bad advice because I believe that karmic doesn't want them to go anywhere. And again, so I feel like your person as would rather stay connected sometimes to this karmic person, which it's not a healthy relationship. It's like an attachment. There's no love. It's more like a hate. A hate, but it's like, I need you. Where this karmic is like, it does not love because they haven't gotten love from your person. But there is a familiarity, there is a comfortability. And so where I just feel like that allows your person to act extremely reckless, okay? Where they don't think about how they treat you. They don't think about how they treat themselves. There's a part of your person that doesn't have to step it up into their divine counterpart because they know that if all else fails, well, this karmic will be there. That's why I'm saying they listen to the bad advice, but I kind of also feel that they get off on telling the karmic, oh, well, I have someone else. I have someone else. Of course, though, they know that that person has feelings. Of course, but they're so reckless in the fact that they don't think about how that makes the karmic feel. Of course, the karmic is going to be jealous. It's like, so of course they're going to give them bad advice. And for you, you're like, you didn't listen to me. I feel like you were kind of extremely clear on what you wanted, and this person deliberately, like, they wouldn't let you be comfortable. They did not give you that transparency and the emotional safety. And the emotional safety was, it's like, I feel like you were vulnerable to this person. You shared with them how you felt. And instead of them like listening to you, they go and they ask the karmic, like, what to do, which is completely reckless, but it suits them also because in a way to be with you, that again the karmic said that you were being unreasonable because you were asking for respect. It's being like, acknowledge what you did. When you apologize for hurting someone, you're giving them respect. There's a sense that your person's so like prideful that they're not going to apologize. It's like, no, I'm just not gonna apologize. Why? There's no reason. There's no real reason why I'm not gonna apologize. I just don't want to do it. It's like, no, that's reckless energy, and there's a part of you that just doesn't want to grow up. Yeah, like again, that karmic's a troublemaker. And it's like, but I feel like there's a part of your person that knows this. It's like they've been connected to this person for a long time. It's just they don't think about that karmic in a way that's like, you're my friend. I nurture you. I have built an emotional connection to you. I feel like the karmic's someone that either got pregnant a long time ago and then it was like a forced connection, or it was a like a relationship that was built on lust, where it was just sex but nothing else. Like there was no real like the way that you build emotional intimacy, which is to be transparent, and that's by creating memories and having common interests. And there was none of that. It was just sex. And then what happened is that hot lust turned into like nothing for the karmic. But the karmic is still like connected and always desires for it to come back. So your person doesn't even think about that karmic in that way and is so insensitive towards the karmic's needs, when the karmic pretends that they're over them too, but down deep inside they're really not. So they're giving them, again, bad advice, because it's almost like, well, fuck you. You're going to sit here and you're going to talk to me about how you're hot for some other person after, like, you just kind of like got up and left me. I never really want to see you happy ever fucking again. So of course they want to create a lot of trouble, but then your person acts like they don't see it. And that's the part to me that's knows that no, there's an attachment there. You like the fact that that person's like hooked, that they can't go anywhere because you need that. That makes you feel strong. That made you be able to seem like you were a normal person, meaning you're not emotionally needy. Having someone on the back burner shows me, again, this was you, that you're emotionally needy because you're not giving me anything. Oh, you're pretending to be so strong and so great, and you're going to give energy to everybody else, but you're not going to give it to me. It's like, and because you're going to ask this person wants you to stay in a low vibration. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care if you go out and fuck 100 different people. They just don't want you to go off and get married and live happily ever after because, well, fuck you, you ruined my life. That was supposed to happen for us. So I'm gonna sit here and be your cheerleader about you moving forward. No, but then your person acts like, well, we're friends. No, friends. There's no such thing as friends when the relationship had no loyalty and it was held together by lust. It's of a lower vibration. So the karmic is pissed off because they're like, I've done so much, I've sacrificed so much for you. This really should have worked in their mind, but you can't make someone love you. So they're in a trauma bond connection where that karmic is bound to like not having love. So they grew up with not getting love, and now they wound up in a marriage that they concocted, they manipulated because it was based on that sex at one point, but then it went cold, and it's been cold for a really long time, where your person just never built that emotional connection. Now they have this emotional connection to you, and they're blabbing their mouth to the karmic, and they don't think that there's going to be consequences. They're stupid. They're stupid. And so again, no, that karmic had told them to act aloof, and that's the thing. They've been acting like they don't give a shit. So of course, that's what the karmic wants. Like, I want you to, like, someone's going to walk away. Like, you're going to be pissed off. You're going to be pissed off because I know someone, I don't know who you are, but I know that somebody is waiting for what this person considers their persons, their man, their woman. So they're like, well, I'm going to sit there and, create problems by just keeping this person like confused. And it's because there's an attachment, and the attachment is, again, that karmic is not a friend, they're a frenemy. So there's a lot of backhanded compliments. There's a lot of buttons to push that they know, because at one time they were with them. They've known how to play the game to get more information, to act like a friend, for that person to kind of be dependent on them a little bit on an emotional level, but that karmic keeps them in a very low vibration, binding them to the shame and to the guilt, because everything that karmic says is like, well, we were supposed to work out, or that was something that we did when we thought that we were going to be together, like says things like that. So which makes, like, then your person feels bad, then they get confused. And so there's a sense of, again, a codependent attachment where neither person really loves the other person. It's more about a need for one and then a control for the other. So again, and now it's bound together by not love, but again, a need, and a need that again all of a sudden turns south. And south because it's like, well, you want to be with someone else. So this isn't where you're just going to separate from me. No, you're going to go off with someone else. So the karmic wants them to stay as far away from you as possible, and they've put nothing but obstacles in their place. They've kept them up in their mind, they've kept them confused. But remember, your person always has the opportunity to do what they want to do. But what I do know is that they had shame and they have had guilt, and I feel like that is what binds them to their childhood trauma. And that's what makes up a trauma bond. So they're in this trauma bond miserable, where now your person really wants to get out, but they don't know how to get out, because the karmic has been like, oh, now that you told me that you wanted to leave to go off with someone else, like, yeah, eventually you figure it out, but it's a long time. It's a long time. And by then you've probably given up, they feel, or there's consequences. There's at least consequences. I've created a wedge. I've created problems within your new relationship. This is what the karmic wants. So that it's like, well, eventually you won't be happy. You'll give them a hard time, and they'll eventually come back to me anyway, because, you're going to have demands, and this person doesn't like demands. And now, again, that I'm going to make it difficult for them, which means I may ask them for more money. I might do this, I might do that. Again, obstacles, and the obstacles are usually, you're going to have to pay me, which makes it difficult for you to move forward. And so again, it delays them. So the delay, and then another delay, and then another delay, and then another delay, which is why your person, like you said, it was getting hostile. They're getting like time, and they feel like you're going to judge them. And it's like, no, I feel like your person, like, yes, you would judge them. This is right feeling for them to feel judged. But I feel as if your person had judged you in the beginning, and for, again, the feelings, your feelings of what you wanted, again, to the point that they asked the karmic what they should do. They didn't listen to what you wanted. They asked that person. So instead of taking the time, and this is what your person also knows, they know that they're going to be judged for that too. And I think in actuality, that might be what actually cost the relationship. Because they stonewalled you, they didn't give you anything, they ignored you, and it triggered you because, again, it just killed the connection. It was time that you didn't spend building an emotional connection to me. Instead, you were stuck in your pride. You were stuck in not wanting to apologize. You were stuck in, trying to strategize. This is why you're asking every person how you should treat me. You didn't treat me like a person. So again, instead you would fucking ignored me. And it's like, and this person was the person that was behind it all, that's who you listened to. And if you had spent the time getting to know me, that wouldn't have happened. So again, and then you felt like, well, that they have more of a connection to that karmic. That's really what it comes down to. You listen to that person instead of listening to me, and that's what the karmic wanted. It's like saying, well, I can't stop them from having feelings for you, but I can make you see a different side of them where they didn't show up for you. They weren't there for you. And that's what I said, and that's displaced at this point. Like, you felt like I don't even belong with you. I don't feel like there's a point. Because as long as this person's here and you don't want to let go of that person, there's not enough room for all of us. So that's the thing. Your person it wasn't like they were like saying, oh, well, I'm purposely going to hold back from this karmic. But they play that game with the karmic, where they know damn well that the karmic has feelings. No one sticks around that long to do that. It's like, I feel like they enjoy watching that karmic squirm. And it's because there's a toxic attachment. It's not held together with love. So we have to ask, what does this person think? What do they think? What are they going to do? Tell us one way or the other. I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fears so I can come back to you. So I feel like, again, there's realizing that, again, that the karmic has kind of been very manipulative and have been gaslighting, but it took them a long time. And it took them a long time because, again, they're blocked, and they're blocked because they're bound to their childhood trauma. They need to learn why they were so fearful to leave, why they're so afraid to leave this karmic, like what they need to do the healing, because it's not like they're happy. I feel like there's part of them that the karmic allows them to stay in a low vibration. It's like, I don't care whether or not you're with me or not. I like what it looks like. I like the money. I like, feeling important. So I believe that your person has like a good job, is a good provider. So it's like, I like what it looks like, and I don't want to meet anyone. And I do love you. You just don't love me, but I don't care that you don't love me. Like, you'll learn to love me almost. It's a very manipulative. It's like someone that didn't grow up with love and doesn't really believe that they can have it unless they're really manipulative, and they will do at all costs to get what they want, and like win at all costs. And this is what this karmic has done time and time and time again. But your person, like you said, is like, until you decide that you love yourself enough and that you want the life that you want enough, then you're bound to your pain too. And the problem is that there's a part of your person that knows that they're bound to their pain, and instead of doing the work, they would still rather drag people into their situation. It's like, and stay in that lower vibration. They know that they can do that with the karmic. With you, they have to step it up. And so that's why they had to ask the karmic, because it's like, well, this doesn't feel right that I should actually have to come back and apologize. It's like, I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see the light that radiates from your soul. They can tell you the difference between you and the karmic. That's for damn sure. It's like, just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. Your person tries to, again, be out in the community, has an important job, seems like they're influential. And this is why the karmic wants to be with them. Again, the karmic doesn't have a life. They're a nobody. So as long as your person's connected to that person, they stay in a lower vibration. The karmic doesn't care. The karmic's like, you owe this to me. You have to do it. They manipulate and they don't care whether or not your person like has a fling here and there. So what? Go fuck, do whatever you need to do, but you're not getting rid of me. I'm always going to be here. So again, your person is looking at you and saying, well, you're more in alignment with who I am. This karmic doesn't do anything. Their life is my life. It's like they don't have a life, which is why I am bored. The relationship was built on sex, nothing else. That fizzled out a long time ago, but I feel like that karmic got themselves pregnant. I feel like that karmic got themselves somehow, again, had to have manipulated themselves into that your person's life. It's like had to have, because your person does not have any feelings whatsoever. This is definitely a trauma bond person. It would definitely be on a higher vibration if it wasn't for this person. And what your person's saying is like, you're more like who I am. You're more in alignment with what I want to be with. You show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. So even if they try to forget about you, which I do believe that they have tried to forget about you, it's easier to stay bound to that. It's easier. This person's learned to shut off their feelings and emotions a long time ago. And it's like just easier. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. It's like they are so tuned into you. They can feel that you're pissed off. They can feel like you're hurting. They can feel, and they feel all the same things. But it's again, you're like, but you're fucking keeping us here. You're destroying the relationship. And it's like they feel that they need to. And it's they don't need to. It's that they're under this person's control. So it'll almost look like in readings, it might even come up as, oh, this person's doing witchcraft. They're not doing witchcraft. What it is that they're so compulsive that it's an obsessive that is 24/7, 7 days a week. They're up your person's ass, making them feel guilty, giving them jobs to do, making them, it's a karmic. It's like I'm controlling your energy but the thing is, your person's finally waking up and saying, wait a minute, I'm being manipulated. I'm being manipulated. I'm being manipulated to be like finally realizing. But now your person is feeling all those emotions because they're seeing, I didn't give you anything. I held back from you. What the hell am I going to say? I'm going to come in and say that I was pouring into somebody else. It's like, you're not going to accept that. You're not going to accept that. You're going to want answers. And I don't really know whether I want to give you all those answers, but I feel our energy merging as it has our own energy of its own, meaning like, even though you're mad, even though they're mad, they feel like we'll be able to work it out. I think that they're delusional, to be honest with you. It's like, because it's like the whole time they've been listening to somebody else. Unless it's again, some of you guys might not, but they've never felt love like this before. They feel like your love will be able to heal it. They feel like whatever I'm going through, eventually it's going to end. But the thing is, they made you wait. And that is what you're looking at. You're like, you did not give me the time. You did not build the relationship with me. So there's a part of you that I really do feel like you're like, I don't think I want this because of that. And your person knows it. You're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you are seeing yourself, not me. And that was really like this person projected onto you all their bullshit from being with the karmic. They're with the karmic that's manipulative, that's does all this bullshit. They don't have the guts to say anything to that karmic that they have an attachment to. They projected onto you what really they should have said to the karmic. I feel like you were vulnerable to this person, which allowed them to feel secure in their role of, well, let me like figure it out and slow walk it and not really put the time in and stay bound to the karmic because, well, the karmic doesn't really love me. The karmic keeps me stuck in a place of shame and guilt, and really I should do it, where really your person had the power to leave the whole time. It's they had the power to leave the entire time, and they're finally seeing, oh, wait a minute, that the karmic is being manipulated, of course, because there was a real spiritual connection, though I feel like yeah, like this person just thinks that your hearts are connected to like, and they know that they're not, they know that you're not, they're gonna have to put in a lot of work, but they feel like, I feel like they think that they can put in a lot of work. I wish that you wouldn't take this person back. That's me. I feel like they don't deserve to be taken back. And it's because again, like the attachment of that attachment that they had made them feel comfortable to treat you that way, and that they didn't take the time to nurture the connection with you. So again, it's like they would get into the same type of relationship with you that they had with the karmic. Remember, it's the emotion, it's the time and the energy a person puts into the relationship that grows the bond. The whole time they're pouring into the karmic. So it's like, even though this person is like, they're focused on this connection, they're focused on, oh, it amazes me when we like think the same things and say the same things and there's synchronicity. Yeah, but you shit all over the connection. So being that you shit all over the connection, it's like you act like that connection is like that you didn't need any time or energy or anything else, that the connection is enough, which it's again, no, it's like it's not enough, because this person is used of not putting in any effort. And when you don't put any effort in, you don't build an emotional bond. And if you don't build an emotional bond, then the relationship is about lust. This person has an emotional bond to you. They don't know how to treat you. So you would stay just as miserable as the karmic, because you're like, well, I already told you what I needed. You decided to listen to somebody else on how to treat me because it was more convenient and easier for you to do, while you were flapping your gums thinking that I was going to be sitting here waiting for you, which I feel like now that's why you're a little bit in your pride, which is like, I actually don't really want to be with you now. That's why I felt that. I watch you on social media, and the internet is my way of staying close to you and finding out more about you. It's again, not building the emotional connection because they are sitting there feeding the karmic. So it's like they don't see what the problem is. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. Yeah, their situation, they know that you're not talking to them now because you're like over it, like I said. This is why their energy has changed, because you're like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not sticking around for this. You want to stay connected to that person, stay connected to that person, but you haven't given me anything. This person wants to come towards you, but now the karmic is, like I said, knows this now, is on to them. They're like, who cares? So what? I've already manipulated you a few, like, however long, a few months, a few years, however long I've guilted and shamed you. So now you're gonna finally run to somebody else. Okay, so the chances are that person's gonna be pissed. But I'm gonna make it difficult for you. I'm gonna try and hold you up because I know exactly where you're going. I know exactly what you're doing. So this is why your person's not coming towards you, because they know that the karmic knows, and the karmic doesn't care whose life they fuck up. Because, hey, listen, it's like this, but you don't care. Like, they're like, you don't care about me, to your person. They're like, you don't care about how you treat me. You're gonna run off with this person. Well, guess what? I'm gonna fuck up that person's life. Then they'll hate you, because they'll say that's because of me. I'll make it look like we've been together, that you cheated on me. I'll make it look like you broke up, that person broke up my home. I'll give them a bad reputation. I will fuck up their life, and they will blame you for it. And so your person knows damn well exactly who this karmic is. So for them to even ask that karmic's advice and then listen to the karmic, it's like they were reckless. They didn't listen. They didn't care. They were mighty fine. And part of them was a little bit comfortable being in a lower energy, being like, okay, well, I could stay in this low energy and just run around and have flings and stay connected to the karmic, and I live like a sham of a life almost. And that's, well, now it's like the jig is up, because your person sees exactly who that karmic is. They didn't see, the karmic never meant to expose themselves. They've never had to. They've always been able to, manipulate, and then things would go back to normal. And then they went back to their, minding their own business, and very shy and very like nice and very like cordial and very like diplomatic, where it's like, no, they've been 24/7 trying to manipulate your person. Again, holding them up, blocking them, being manipulated, that your person finally sees. It's like they finally see. So now your person's like, oh no, now I'm walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on the path, but I know for a fact I'm coming back. I am not staying with this karmic. It's like, thing is, it's like, I feel like, they feel like that the unconditional love, the connection is going to heal this. For me, I feel like you need to be smart and not just let the connection heal this. That what needs to heal is time, energy, and a lot of effort, because this person doesn't form the right types of emotional connections that can go through the distance. They go through the distance because when you hang out with someone and you build a relationship, it's through the good times, it's through the bad times, it's through actually contributing to their life. As long as a karmic was there, they didn't do anything for you. And so the connection, to me, is not enough. Please don't give up on me. I'm trying to change, but it takes time. Yeah, it's like they don't mind you waiting. It's like, they're like, they know that it's wrong. Now they know that it's wrong. But the whole time that they were doing it, they weren't thinking about you at all. Trust me. They were, again, asking kind of making a mockery. Oh, you can wait. Oh, yeah, they'll wait for me because we have such a strong bond. We have a spiritual connection. So that's my soulmate. That's my person. So they'll always be there for me. So again, they were shooting their mouth off. And that's why the karmic was like, oh, you can make them wait. You can make them wait. Our mission is to be unconditional love. Clearing our programming is a necessary part of opening our hearts. So I feel like this person, like, it is opening up their heart because they took a look at their life. But I need to see, is in this story, are you gonna go back with this person? Because I'm like, I have anxiety about it if you do, because that's almost like this person needs to prove themselves. And it's like I said, that yes, because there's a strong spiritual connection, they're almost just positive that they didn't have to put any work in. That it was okay to make you wait. And that to me is just so disrespectful. And that's how you know they're not on a very high vibration. And the karmic played it perfect because it knows, no, you're not going to take this person back. I knew it. I knew it. And the reason why is because it's again, like it's like the underlining, like when the word that pops out to me is like the underlining condition is the fact is that you allowed problems. You allowed problems, and that like contaminated the relationship. It made you feel it changed you. And it changed you to the like they almost like made they contaminated the relationship by what they did. So I feel like you're really not seeing them in the same light. Like at one, there was no appreciation. The only thing that you were asking for was friendship. They acted like the friendship was like it was too much. They stayed attached to that karmic instead. They again wanted to bring you romance. They wanted to like compartmentalize the relationship with you, and they were still holding on to that karmic in the beginning too. So and then when you detached, then they told the karmic about you, which is I don't know why they did that. It's like almost like to me, I feel like this person likes people to fight over them. And I feel like they kind of like to put people in third party like things where again to compete for them. It like does something for them. And so they were going to again, they didn't give you the romance, they didn't give you the affection, they didn't give you gifts, they didn't give you the time. They were in attachment. They want to do that now. But you're like, you're not emotionally intelligent. You don't have the emotional IQ to do it. It's like you're doing it because now you're in trouble. So now you're going to come in and you're going to do it. It's not the same. And that's what they don't realize. They were like, no, the whole time you were able to keep me on the back burner and make me wait and listen to the karmic and take the bad advice. And you didn't see that this person was such a troublemaker. You didn't see that they were creating trouble within our relationship. And so you didn't think about me at all because, hey, you didn't need to because we have this spiritual connection and you always knew that you were going to come back. You just didn't know when, but it's okay to make me wait. So now, again, you didn't see that now all of a sudden I feel sick. But like you make me fucking sick. It's like because this was a spiritual connection that really could have been. I match your energy. You know this, but you made me wait while you poured into somebody else, while taking that person's bad advice. But you didn't listen to me. So the whole time you didn't build that emotional connection. So I still feel like you wouldn't know how to treat me. You're not emotionally intelligent. You're coming in now to fix it because you know it's broken, but it should have never gotten broken. It's like, no, there's a part of you that's like, no, you do it again and again and again and again. That's what you feel like. You feel like this person would do it again and again, do it again and again. Like that, it's because it's not the first time that this karmic has kept them stuck. It's not the first time that they've separated. It's not this karmic knows how to play the game. And then your person gets all confused. And then it goes right on back and does. So there's a sense that you're like, yeah, you have feelings, but it's like you were not strong enough to do what you needed to do. And so, yeah, and now the irony is I feel like the karmic is, there's a lot of punishment for the fact that, your person's going to like wants to leave. So it's almost like, oh, well, now you're gonna leave and you still want to leave. Well, now I'm gonna humiliate you. Well, now I'm going to like create major problems. And I also feel like your person held back from you because they were trying to avoid this. So the karmic will like try and do everything again, win at all costs. And so now your person wants to come towards you and they want to have a conversation with you. They want to apologize after again, slow walking it, pouring into somebody else, actually even like allowing that person to manipulate. And but at this point, it's almost like they know that that chances are you're probably going to give up on them. That's why they said, please don't give up on me. But it's like no one wants to be with someone that just like stays in contact by someone by them stalking them on social media and not giving them anything. It's like they didn't have to play it this way. They played it this way because in the beginning they weren't honest. They weren't honest. And that's the thing. They would know that they have to come back and they have to be honest and they would have to fix it. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because they're coming back, but I don't believe that you're going to take them back. In this story, you're not going to take them back. But we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. What were you supposed to learn by this? You know, what shadows, and sometimes there's gifts, believe it or not. Pain will make you go deep within inside of yourself. Vulnerability, card number 1. Hope, card number 2. Self-sabotage, card number 3. Overwhelmed, number 4. 2 more. Lies and secrecy, and 1 more. Play. Well, I believe that during this time, because this person didn't give you anything, there was a sense that you can, like I said, you detach from this person because you were like, you're not giving me anything. And I have a hope. And I feel like hope is something that you always had. But that was not the easiest thing to have if you grew up in an environment where there was a lot of lies and secrecy. And that would be if you grew up in an alcoholic family, if you grew up in like, there was, just a lot of trauma in your family. Like we always try to protect our parents. So if our parents are drinkers, if there's drugs, if someone's cheating, if there's problems, there was lies and secrets. And those lies and secrets became part of your identity because when we're too busy protecting those lies and secrets, we're not actually feeling vulnerable enough to become ourselves, the vulnerability, right? I can't be vulnerable. I can't let you in. I can't let you see what's broken within my family, within inside of me. And again, that winds up being that way. And then you don't go out and play. Now, play is important because play is when we go out and play like children, we go out and we explore, we find. There's no expectation, there's no ownership. We just go out and we are doing what we love. We're just going out and we're in the present moment and we're utilizing what we have to create our life, right? When you're a kid. So what does that mean? Well, you find a cardboard box, and now that cardboard box becomes your fort until it rains. And then you have to go out after it rains and go out and find another box. But guess what? You didn't find another box, but instead you were detoured to meet a bunch of different people. And those people, well, they were, in their tree house. So now you're hanging out in a tree house. There was no expectation of the day. You just went out and played, and you let the universe conspire to bring you whatever it was that you were seeking. And that seek for the day was to, again, have an adventure. And that's exactly what the universe brought you as a child. Well, when you're an adult and you're creating yourself, because if you grew up, again, like protecting the lies and the secrets of your home, you're not allowed to be vulnerable. And so when you're not allowed to be vulnerable, you're not really able to be transparent. You're not able to actually come from your higher self. You're coming more from a place of protection. So when you don't go out and play, you don't know who you are. So I feel like during this time of separation, like the pain that this person caused you by being connected to somebody else the whole time and thinking that it was okay that you waited, it's like you went out and you invested in yourself. You played. And you played because, again, you were overwhelmed. And you were overwhelmed by how this person made you feel. And you were like, I grew up like feeling overwhelmed and having to like protect lies and secrets to the point that I didn't play and I wasn't able to be vulnerable. So again, I don't want to be with you, and I don't want to be with you because being with you would self-sabotage me. And it would self-sabotage me because you emotionally haven't given anything to me. And I'm watching you, and like I said, you watch this person, how they're treating the karmic, and it's affecting you because you're like, you told this person about me and you didn't know that that would hurt the karmic. You didn't know that. And if you did, why would you hurt them? Like, you saw them in a light where it wasn't like, oh, you really do have strong feelings for this karmic. No, it was more like, wow, you're really an asshole. Like, you're mean to like this person. You really treat this person like shit. And then you look at that karmic and you say, wow, you really disrespect yourself. But at the end of the day, it's like that karmic still is a human being. And what you say to yourself is, well, if they can treat you that way and you've been in their life for however many years, a long time, you've spent a lot of time manipulating your way in, and they treat you like that, how would they treat me where they haven't been giving me the time, the energy they've been pouring in to you because you've guilted them to do it? So they're not genuine and they're not loving towards you about it. So you're not really happy about it. They're not doing it out of kindness of their heart. They're doing it because you're making them do it. But in the end, you're not seeing that you're not there for me at all. So if I was with you, then I self-sabotage myself because then I stay put in a place of lack. That makes me feel like that what I can, if I'm with you, it's like you just showed me who you are. You're comfortable in putting me on the back burner. You're comfortable in not giving me anything. You're comfortable in treating me like shit just because somebody else. So it's like that would be self-sabotage. And in the end, this person actually self-sabotaged themselves because they wanted to be with you, but they didn't have the confidence, and because they didn't come back and apologize. It's like, well, I waited too long to apologize. How should I handle this? This person isn't talking to me. She's not talking to me. He's not talking to me. He's holding back. Now, what should I do? Oh, don't give them anything. They self-sabotage themselves. It's like, and I feel like, again, the catch is if you would be with them, you'd self-sabotage yourself because they wouldn't know how to treat you. It's like you are someone that this person says you're more match my energy. So you're business oriented. That's how they see you. You're someone that contributes to your community, that you're someone that is seen as influential. That's how this person views themselves. They're like that. And so however they're able to see you that way, it means that you're playing a part. And if you're playing a part within whatever it is that you're doing, and I'm not saying like it's phony, I'm saying like you're actually embodying that role, well, again, then you don't have time for this person because they're they're not, they weren't decisive enough. And I feel like at the end of the day, you had hope as a child that, life would be better, that you'd eventually be able to create your own life and you'll always look to the future. And I feel like that's this. You detach from this person because you're like, you know what? At the end of the day, I do have hope. I have hope. I have belief. I have faith that I'm going to meet someone. It's like I don't like need to stay bound to someone that, again, you're just not capable. It's like I don't take it personally because you actually, again, allowed yourself to stay bound, but nevertheless, it's like I'm not going to self-sabotage myself. I have hope that I can create a better life for myself, and I'm embodying that. So that's why your person, again, at the end of the day, they lose straight across the board because I believe that that karmic is like, I'm done with you because I'm done with trying to force you. It's like, you don't want to be with me. Well, you're connected to somebody else. I held you up. I fucked up that relationship, but I don't want you because you didn't really want to be here. You wanted to be over there. So I'm not going to let you feed off of me and, you know, uh, utilize the resources, whatever we built together. Fuck you. You can like be without. I'm going to make sure that I take everything again. Roadblock, roadblock, block, block, block. That's why this person wasn't able to come towards you. And now it's like, and now that I think that I fucked up your relationship, well, guess what? Now I'm gonna throw you out. And now of course your person is like, well, they would want to come back to you. And this is another reason why you're like, nope, I'm not gonna come back to you. It's like because you dishonored like the karmic at one time. It's like there's the karmic wants their punishment and they're gonna again humiliate you. And then you're gonna come back to me like that. It's like, again, no, your person doesn't look at you like a person. That's why they think it's, again, yeah, I went through this, but you have feelings for me, so you're going to do it. It's like they're not, and that's why they sabotage the connection. So we end off on this. The voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guides me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on the path of light. So Spirit's just saying it's like you had to do what was in your heart to do. And I feel like, and when you do that, you are listening to your intuition and that you again avoided a karmic because this person is not capable. Yes, they're going to come back because they have feelings, but all the same behaviorisms would still be there, which is I don't really have to do anything for you because the whole time they haven't. The whole time they haven't been giving. And you're not going to start the relationship off by guilting and shaming this person the way that the karmic does. So you're going to, again, like, people tend to wait before they say anything. Like, what are you going to say? You're not like buying me stuff. You're not taking enough time. So it's, again, the person, like, by the time that you say anything, it's the person's comfortable in the way that they treat you. So that's why Spirit's saying you had to listen to your heart. And this again would have bound you to that same energy that you grew up with, which was to not to to not be able to to self-sabotage yourself. People self-sabotage themselves when they didn't get the love, they didn't get the nurturing. So you were overwhelmed. So it's, that's the way that you would have ruined it. But understand, self-sabotage comes from shame. And if we have shame, we weren't playing. And so Spirit just says, continue to play and grow and really, like, just know that in the right time, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Spirit says, the universe says, we are the same thing and we know exactly what you want. And in divine time, in the right time, you will be brought someone. Have the hope. Hold that hope. No, that's truth. It's like, and if you stay in the place of your heart and listen to your heart, when it comes to all life matters, well, you'll be listening to your higher self and you'll always avoid the karmic, the karmic, negative karmic retribution, which if you would have been with this person, I guarantee it just would have been the same thing. You would have wound up just taking the place of this karmic. Didn't put enough time in. All right, Virgo, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.